The stun, trying to back away from this one. The snowball, I don't think he's getting out of that.
Do you really need a sunstrike there?
Apparently.
He really wanted that kill. He just get it either way.
Roche is heading down.
Very interesting stuff here. Can someone get chucked by Roche so you can speed up? That would be nice. I like when that happens.
Ember.
He needs the Agnums so desperately. It completely changes this hero. It opens up so many more opportunities for the Doom, for the Lina.
I mean, and that's what it takes being down, 10K gold, is that he's just a little ways away when like this pivotal fight is happening and Nightfall walks right in. They find immediately onto the Lina, toss back Watson. BKB now trying to run out of there. Doom getting lifted up by the tornado. He pops BKB as well. Turning their sights on the Nightfall. It's going to be a retreat for DM.
Still holding the
Doom. He's going to get stunned. The Winter's Curse, the turnaround, it's there. The follow-up kill. Now it's a 1-for-1, but Doom being gone for 75 seconds, they do get the Aghanim Scepter on the Ember. He's got it delivered. Jump forward. Great dodge of the stomp, but then ends up just dying for nothing.
Yeah, they don't have the capability to fight this. Like, they need the Doom right now. They can't just jump in with Ember and try and lay into them with the Lina or something. And they know that too. I mean, he could try and be crazy and go for a steal with the Remnants, but...
Now, Sox is arrowing the waves now at this point, so... Looking very much like they're... Wait a minute. Hold on a second now. He has an open slot. Tries to go in for a moment.
Did he get anything?
No.
The banner was down, but...
Soxa gonna be found. Tries to leap away for Staff, but in the end, it's not gonna happen.
Mega kill streak. Firmakoto putting on an absolute clinic in this one on the Invoker, alongside all his teammates. Very good synergy, making it work with the Sunstrike. Just what they were missing with the arrows last game for themselves, and also what has not been glued together in this one by Yandex either. Not a lot of solid coordination plays coming out of that combo. And right back to controlling 80% of the map here from Aurora with that take of the Aegis and death of some dire heroes. It's feeling like it's a good spot for them.
Yeah. I mean, it is still just a 12K gold lead, but it's sort of that momentum, and obviously, like you talked about, having the Aegis ready. Terrorize out. Malady is there to help if they want to make a go of it. Nightfall to the side, and no, they're just going to let him die.
And, they saw the Agnums. They probably know he has no buyback.
Yeah.
Like,
that's rough.
That's a no buyback item for sure. And Ember at 37 minutes is not saving buyback for an Agnums. He wants to play out on the Zags and be the hero and win the game. He gets caught. He gets bursted down. It's such a bursty lineup here. So much chain stun from Aurora. So just a simple flaw in your movement is going to result in the death. WS, speaking of death, sacrificing his creep to the tower, hopefully to garner the favor of the gods.
No,
Look at it go.
There you go. Let's go. I think for Malady, there was like a question of does he go in there and try and snowball save, but it was like not looking good, and it was into roots, and well, now they jump forward, get some good damage. The turret Lita starts to beat down onto WS. Watson continue to lay into these heroes. Nightfall is going to be found. Nightfall is dead.
All right, what do you got?
Second salvo. Doom is ready. Do they want to commit for this now? Arrow as he lands. Big jump in. The Hex is already out. Damage coming. WS is off to the side. They're waiting for their target, but DM doesn't like what he's seeing. Nightfall tries to jump away. There's another hit from DM. And as the damage comes in, he's going to try and drop the Doom, but no, it's not going to be enough.
Now Watson.
Winter's Curse finds it. The buyback moves in from Malady, hoping to turn this around. But Lina is just getting destroyed, demolished, and Chira Jr. forced a Remnant away.
He jumped back in and reset the curse, catching himself as well.
A full freaking wipe there. 2 down, no buyback. And at this point, at least, Yandex very much looking to be losing this game unless they can come up with something here at the very end of it. But another set of racks. Aurora, they have led this entire game out of the laning stage and just trying to put the finishing touches on it here. Arrow from Soxa, but the save is there immediately from the Wyvern.
One last set to go here, and it's a big center leading the way.
There we go. Snowball waiting as the avalanche is going to expend, and Saksa is dead. He doesn't have buyback either. They jump in, continue to look for more. Chira Jr., the only one left alive, as Aurora is going to clean up Mega Creeps. GG is called. Aurora, they're not going to go quietly. They're pushing it to a Game 3.
They do indeed wish to see the Northern Lights, which obviously will be coming out very soon here in Shanghai, I'm sure.
Impressive performance. 37-9. I mean, again, it's one of these games where like the laning stage just starts to like look a little bit sketchy, and then they're able to just keep that snowball going. And what were your thoughts from that one?
Sunstrike.
Yes.
Sunstrike.
All
like,
over the place.
It's the dream. Like he made it look really easy, but so many invokers do not connect on so many Sunstrikes early. That's what catapults it into a good invoker game. It was awesome to watch. Well done.
All right, let's head on back to the panel. Let them break down that action.
Thank you so much, Lyrical and Trent. A lot of fun that was had in that game number 2 there, and definitely an accurate description. Sunstrike, and a normal Sunstrike when you get an Invoker that's fed in the mid lane, or at least that's far ahead in that gold ratio there. Monkeys, it feels like there isn't too much that you can do to feel like you're even playing on even footing anymore.
Yeah, I think Aurora did a really good job of picking heroes to set up the Sunstrike, and it really enabled Makoto to land all those Sunstrikes, enabled his game. Got him. I mean, he had, I think, 12,000 net worth around like 20 minutes or something like that.
Oh, is that all?
That's
a good amount.
Easy money.
So I think it was him and Nightfall at top of net worth. So I think it just made the game plan really easy for Aurora. A lot of setup Sunstrike obviously does a ton of pure damage, and it was a very smooth sailing game for them from there.
I didn't know how I felt about the Wyvern for this tournament in general. Not so much this draft, but just this tournament, because sometimes it feels the usage of Cold Embrace is more just delaying the inevitable. I'm not really seeing it be this sustained tool that you would love it to be. It's just, well, now my core is in a position where everyone else can collapse on him and just deal more damage. But this time around, the Wyvern had a pretty good impact. I did see the idea behind why teams are favoring it, Lacoste. I'm like, actually, yeah, I can see it. This Wyvern has great presence in the game.
I'm a big fan of the hero. I think this hero just gives you a lot of things, especially the ones in the laning stage, because it's a percentage-based heal. So you're playing with Tiny, who has insane strength gain per level. So even 1 point in is 160 base plus percentage. It goes over 200. I mean, you're not going to be killing this lane anyway. I wasn't really the biggest fan of the Doom picked before the last pick overall, because they had to pick it blindly and they wanted to go with something. And then giving Nightfall Tiny in this case kind of felt like it was coming. I don't know if Yandex maybe, got a little bit of a misread what's going to happen in this one.
Do you think it misread, or they just felt they had answers to it? Like when you look at a Tiny to Lina carry-to-carry matchup, at what point do you feel...
Like Lina traditionally had, I don't know the numbers, but from the top of my head, I'd say the win rate for Tiny against Lina is pretty high. She doesn't like always, it was very bad because she could get tossed back, having the stun, skewer pretty much when you were playing against Lina as well. Any repositioning tool against Lina feels really good, even though it's a carry Tiny, so he plays a bit of a different game. But I do feel like in this, he has a lot of status resistance. Playing against Doom, it's always going to benefit. They have ways of resetting the fight. They have Centaur on their side with the Stampede. So a lot of ways to bail him out of the trouble.
Yeah, I think for me, this was a big game for Aurora. I was definitely, for me, and I think a lot of people were putting them as potentially they make it through, potentially they don't. And Yandex was, for a lot of people, probably in that top 3 spot for the group stage, either 4-1 or 4-0. So I think being able to show not only, it's like a close game. It was a convincing game number 2 for Aurora, and potentially if they take the series, I think that puts them in a super good position to feel pretty good getting out of the group stage.
Did you have Aurora going through the group stage?
Oh yeah.
Oh, 4-1, or it's like they weren't even considered to be not put
3-2 getting through.
Okay, so elimination round.
Confident 3-2.
Okay, confident 3-2. What about you, Lacoste? Did you have
I think I had them the same. I can't remember from the top of my head, but I do remember that Monkeys didn't put them at all. He didn't put any other team.
I heard he actually put every team.
Every
as
team
not making it through.
Yes.
I haven't gotten the
except
prediction
Gamer
wrong so
Legion.
far.
Except for Gamer Legion.
He put Gamer Legion 4-0. So
Yeah,
maybe that's
of
a wrong
course, of
prediction.
course.
It is that weird team where I know a lot of people just put them in losing the elimination round. Like you already said this, Gunnar, but it's because what's been happening recently leading into this. They had lost confidence as a team. I know that there was a little bit of commotion around what their scrim results were giving as well. And it's that question mark of maybe if another team was having those results, they would be feeling even worse for themselves. And more often than not, though, we see that when you're having tough scrims, you come out into an official, and you actually end up being one of the better teams. So I think as well, seeing them have a confident
a lot
game
of
too,
learning experience.
That's what I'm saying.
You
There's
win or
way
you
more-
learn. And
You say you win and you learn?
you win or you
Or
learn.
you learn.
Or you learn. Okay, I was going to say, I don't think that's the
You
saying,
can't
bro.
lose. You cannot lose.
There's
Dota.
no losing in
Yeah,
this
it's
situation.
always, that's why you pub every day, just because
Wow.
no matter what happens, it's
You're
a great
getting better,
experience. But
Yeah.
I think Aurora, unfortunately for them throughout the year, they've had a lot of actually pretty good performances of getting to that like top 4, I think a couple
Second
top
place.
2s, and they haven't really hit that mark of making it to the win. But kind of like you were saying, as the year went on, I think they've started to fall off a bit more. So some question marks for them going into the biggest event of the year, and I'm hoping for them to kind of find their stride in the group stage. I really want to see them because when they look good, they look really good.
A fun little fact as well while we're talking about the Aurora Yandex. I don't know if you guys know, every year Tsunami does a blog on the teams
Yeah.
that are participating at TI. He released his yesterday. Did you guys read it? You could say no, that's fine, because I'm about to give you
I usually do read it.
I always read it. That's my bedtime morning. I really read
Is
that thing.
is that your
Like,
prep for TI? You're like, I gotta
just-
wait for him to prep for me.
no, I love the way that Tsunami writes. I think he is just genuinely so eloquent. But that's not the point of what I'm saying. The reason is because some of the fun things that he was pointing out with the teams, especially for Aurora, is like this joke that we all have about him coming second place. He's made fun of it before as well. He calls it Munacy, who also had a great success for himself in his career recently. So for him to have this many second places, he's like one of the highest earning Dota players without having won a tier 1 event. Like that's a testament to how good his results are, like how far he can go. And all of Aurora has had that. They've gone so far so many times, so that when you see them being a team that bows out in a group stage, you really do wonder, where is the bounce back for them? Where is the mentality? And then when they lose a game 1, are they still that older style of, a more Eastern European team that might struggle to get back on the horse? Or is it the mixture of the RCA that brings them back together and they can have a dominant game too?
I think what's going to happen with them, eventually they're going to win a tournament, and the same thing is
At some
Thank
point,
goodness.
they just
Thank
gotta
goodness,
keep
Lacoste, someone
going.
believes
Yeah,
in them.
basically, like
Someone believes in them out there.
No. I think they're good enough. I feel like they have. My point is they have a little bit of a mental thing where something similar happened with the Boom Boys, where they couldn't really win for a long time. Went with the different roster changes, recycled some of the rosters and the players as well. And once they finally won, you could feel a lot of pressure was relieved, and then they started to kind of feel and play better in other. Even like the losses that they had afterwards didn't really feel as bad. That's just how I feel about them, and I think the same thing's going to happen with Aurora.
One step at a time, a little bit
Exactly.
after a little. Of course, it does start.
They got in so many second places. This team, I know that a lot of people said that this kind of feels like a fraudulent team where they're squeezing.
Who said that?
I
Give me a
can't-
list of their names, Lacoste.
I mean, I can't really snitch on Gunner here, but no, it wasn't him. But I feel like they have been consistently good throughout the year. This is the mix of the players that I don't think a lot of people also expected to be this good, to gel this quickly, and they showed everybody that sometimes a weird mix can definitely work, and for them it's working. They're just lacking that first place.
Sorry, you my train of thought now is just thinking about when OG had that Toronto Tokyo period as well recently for themselves. So it is interesting to see what mix works, like what percentage works for them. But I'm going to move this along a little bit more. I know everyone wants to see a game 3, but our players aren't ready just yet to continue this series. However, we did have, just before TI began, we had Nomad sit down with Suxer and talk about how they're feeling as a team for Yandex coming into TI.
The legends. It is Saxa from Yandex, and we're going to talk about your year leading up to the international. So, starting out the year, why did you end up with Yandex? What sort of took place there?
I was considering the options, and it was like either take a break or like look to start a new team. I talked to Watson, I think, first, and I heard that he's going to Yandex. I heard the team, and at first, I wasn't really sure. And then we played some scrims. I started to get a feel for the guys, and I stood in for them for the visual LAN. And we got top 3, so everything was kind of clicking. So I decided maybe I'll give this a try and see how this goes.
So how are they sort of different to your expectations?
I think they're all very hardworking. They're like open to listening. They're all kind of young guys, and they are very hungry. And I think anything I say to them, like they will listen and they will try to improve. So I think for me it was like kind of refreshing to see like how like overall chill they are in real life, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of feels like there's not really any big egos on Yandex. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, there's like almost no ego.
That must be nice. So you sort of followed Watson to the team then. I mean, what is it about him that you like as a player and a teammate?
I mean, obviously he's a very strong carry player. He was like rank 1. He's like very high skill.
Yeah.
But also I think as a person, he's very chill. Like he's not like one of those carry players that has like a high ego and he doesn't really listen. He is like very open to advice and he's like very hardworking. So I like that about him. And I think there's many benefits to him.
But is he still able to get across his ideas and, be a shot caller in the game when you need him to be?
Yeah, overall he is. I think maybe in the past he wasn't so much. He was kind of just focusing on his game, but now he's like trying to take that leadership role more. And when he feels strong in the game, he's going to make strong calls. So I think he's improving on that a lot.
I want to talk about Malady as well. Malady is a pretty funny guy in interviews, and when we get to talk to him, he always makes people laugh. I mean, what is he like as a player and a teammate?
He's a bit quiet, I guess, like a quiet guy, but he's kind of like, cold funny. He's like, he's just gonna say something like with a straight face, but he's like gonna say some stupid joke. As a player, I think he's obviously very high skill and he knows what he wants to do in the game. I think him and Watson are like really good on the same page. Overall in the game, I think he's more of a quiet role and he tries to kind of let other people like take charge more. And he's just kind of like going to focus on his game and focus on his spellcasting.
In the early days of Yandex, did you have a big focus on building communication in the team? Was that already in place?
Yeah, we had to work on it for sure, especially when I'm like the only English-speaking guy on the team, so we kind of need to work on these things. I also try to bring in some experience from my old team, so it's definitely something we've worked on.
So for yourself, when you've already got a TI under your belt, of course you want to win it again, but is there an extra motivation for you to help these sort of new guys who haven't done it yet to lift the Aegis?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I want to win it myself and I want to win it for them.
What is the communication like when you're about to get into a big series? What are you guys talking about typically before the series starts?
I guess the enemy's strengths and weaknesses and understanding what they want to do and how we want to counter it. I think those are the big things. And the other thing is also focus on ourselves, make sure that we do the right things. We're like in a good place, in a good mindset, that we don't do anything desperate, just stay cool, calm and collected.
If someone has made a mistake in the game, how do you approach it?
Just move on as soon as possible, just accept it. Everybody's gonna make a mistake, especially on a tournament like TI. People make so many mistakes and you have to be ready to make the mistakes. And once you're ready to do that, you can make as many as you want, as long as you're still trying to win. Just don't let it affect you at all.
Despite having a lot of TIs under your belts and wins under your belt as well, do you still find that motivation, that hunger to go and play on that main stage and be in front of the TI crowd?
Yeah, for sure. I think this tournament is obviously very important in Dota and is the biggest deal. And my whole career I was always striving to win TI. I did it once, but now it's like I see other people do it a second time. So yeah, I'm definitely motivated to do it too.
Brilliant. Saxa, thank you so much. Good luck. I'm really looking forward to seeing you play at TI.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the dream is still very alive for Saxa to be able to have that victory again. Although they're not looking in the best position right now for our modified Swiss bracket in the group stage. And even in this series, right, they lose game number 2 there after what was a pretty great game number 1 for themselves. And the question marks come back around. How is game 3 going to unfold? He alluded to the fact that their communications and their conversations before coming into a series is all about the strengths and weaknesses of their opponents. And I might not know them, but luckily I have 3 fantastic brains that are going to tell me those strengths and weaknesses of Aurora here. And if we feel that Yandex can exploit them in a game 3.
I think the biggest one for me is Makoto has done a lot of work ever since he joined the team, specifically on Spirit Heroes, but in the last game we saw as Invoker. Earlier today, it was Ember Spirit. He was popping off and kind of keeping them in the games earlier today and trying his best to win them. And I think for teams versus when you're playing against Aurora, I think maybe counterpicking him or having good stuns to not let him have these, like, just run around the map, do whatever he wants to. I think heroes like maybe like a Lion or Dark Willow, just something to just control him, I think is the best. And we've seen Soxa Lion a lot. I think that's some hero, like, just before the draft even starts, I'd be looking towards.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I also would like to point out WS as a player. I think he has been probably the most improved player of the season. When, like, before he played for some other lesser known teams, and when they picked him up, like, he just got into the groove almost like immediately. And with each game, with each tournament, this guy's just playing better and better, has insanely high hero pool. Like, he's very versatile, and also certain heroes that he does play well, like if it's a Timbersaw meta, he's gonna squeeze it in. If it's a good game for Lycan, you know that he's gonna be playing it. So definitely a player that also enables his other cores, because he takes over the map so quickly with the certain heroes.
Yeah, and also with WS, I feel like he kind of fits into that that offlane role of just offlane players that don't die very much.
Yeah.
Like, he's very good at playing the map, honestly getting kind of aggressive, but also like knowing when to reel it in and when to back and when to kind of reset and not overextend too much, you know.
I also think the part that Soxa said, where he's like, we also have to focus on ourselves and just play our game, I think is always the best thing you can do after a loss. You don't want to. The worst thing you can do in a best of 3 is you have like one guy and he's like, oh, we did this wrong in the draft. We have to do this, change this. We have to do so much of these things better. A lot of the time, your prep work and preparation is all done before the thing. You can maybe you change like one hero pick. You just say, we have to focus on maybe Roche a little more or map control. But you don't want to have to feel like you need to change everything. It's better to say, okay, we've done so much work over the months, over the year, over the last week, over the last day. My coach has done all this prep work for draft. He's taught us all these things. Let's just trust in what we have here and just fix the small things, but we have what it takes to win.
That's what I would say about this panel as well. I was trusting you guys to be able to come up with all the ideas and the solutions and the broken heroes. And you guys lied to me. You said Lina, broken. There is no way you could ever possibly kill her, especially in the late game. But now we've seen her lose 2 games on the A stream. Nisha lost on her mid to Spirit. And of course, then we just saw Watson lose with Lina carry up against Aurora. So what's going on? What's the deal? She's not as broken. She's already figured out. Only took 24
I think
hours.
it hurts even more because it's Watson. He's kind of the OG Lina carry player. Like, he played it when other people didn't want to play it.
He was one of like the very first people to play it as well.
Pretty much. And then everybody started to copy it. And I think in this one, they were a little bit more on the greedier side, especially with the Doom pick compared to like this bit of a global presence with the Stampede, earlier Sunstrikes. And it felt like all of these things for Aurora, it did click early on, and that again just snowballed out of control.
Well, we'll see if the Lina makes a return in Game 3, if it's maybe potentially more successful, as we're going to head on back to our B stream, and our casters, Lyrical and Trent.
A very impressive Game 2.
Yeah, I mean, it was dominant. Like, we've talked about sort of impressive games from the comeback point of view, where teams are able to sort of hold out and extend the match. But we haven't seen, at least you and me, a ton of games where you just like win from the outset and just continue to stomp. It looked really nice.
It's been quite rare for us. Aurora, I love it when teams do this. That when you win with the hero and then ban it. I like that. Like, you don't give them the chance to answer back with it.
Yes.
And I think it puts a little anger in someone like Cheer Jr. He's like, how was that fair? How do I not get to play my Invoker after you guys just had it?
All right, we're back to this.
Yeah, back to the Game 1 strat. They opened, and it was instant. It was Tree they gave up last time. That is banned this time. I wonder what the answer will be instead. I mean, Darkseer was something that was coming into this tournament. That was the go-to. When people were opening first overall Shadow Fiend, you'd have an instant response of a Darkseer. I don't know if that's a Yandex idea at the moment, though.
Well, I also think that it's proven to like have some answers. And there are ways to mess with the Darkseer. We saw in our previous series, Snaking on an Enchantress went back and blocked 33's camps and just made him have a really sad game the entire rest of it. So, it's a tough one.
I mean, I think the Centaur might just be the answer at this point, just to have him in the game, you
At the very least, need to take it away from Aurora, because SF Centaur is nasty.
Yeah, okay, we're taking it.
I like this.
He's been too good. He's won game 1. He won game 2, right? It's a Centaur series.
Yeah. And not a Marana one.
No, there will be no Marana this game. It's over. Let it go.
Yeah.
There probably will be.
12 and 7. I know. It's going to be tough.
Well, we're going to throw out another ban here from Aurora. What do they not want to see with this Centaur? I could see a Hoodwink ban. That hero's a little bit too good. Obviously, they had it earlier with the Centaur in game number 1. She's just the best 4. It's just the way it is. They could... No, they're going to ban the Drow. Okay. At least for one of their slots. Pretty good 1-to-1 matchup versus the Shadow Fiend. Another ranged hero piercing through that armor. Also, much like how the Centaur is very good versus the Shadow Fiend, and with the Shadow Fiend, Drow, all the same things with the Centaur. It's that same idea and concept. And, yeah, featured in less drafts than I thought, honestly. This hero's crazy.
It's interesting, because the teams that play it, as you can see, are still winning, but... it feels like maybe one of those things that happened behind the veil of scrims,
Yeah, a little figured out and stuff, and only like the big teams still want to grab it, or they just feel like other stuff is better. Maybe she's not bad, but they're just like, yeah, the Shadow Fiend's just easier. The other band will just be the Hoodwink because it's Soxa.
Yep. So they will make sure to take that one away. And I mean, they dare him to get the Marana.
He's gonna pick Marana.
Honestly, I'd like to see him take the Tusk.
Maybe Centaur cancels it out. Maybe Centaur is strong enough to bring Marana into the winning side of this series.
Maybe. I think Tusk could be good. It puts you in a weird situation with your lanes a little bit.
WS popping off right now.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
Yeah, he's got some ideas. He's very chatty at the moment. So's Nightfall.
Yeah. I mean, that's a classic, though.
This is what I need. I mean, the Tusk is, like you were mentioning, the Tusk is a big thing right now because we have the Shadow Fiend on one side, and just the fact that Tusk is also really solid. I like Tusk and Centaur together, too.
Yeah.
They can be a pretty annoying. For double melees, they can be a very annoying lane duo.
I mean, it would still likely run into some issues against the Shadow Fiend, no doubt about it.
I like it as a 5 that comes through the Twin Gate to help like the Hoodwink plus Centaur or the Dark Willow plus Centaur.
I think you're at least thinking about banning it. If you don't want to take it yourself, that needs to be a thought. But they're going to go Undying, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he's been banned in so many of these games today.
Okay.
So finally slips through. It's Tree, Undying, and Tusk. Undying saves have been crazy. The Tombstone, it's very like sneaky the way the save happens.
Yes.
I feel like it's much more obvious whenever I see someone get snowballed. Tombstone, I'm always just like, where'd they go? I was like, oh, right, he's in the Tombstone.
Yeah.
The visual's a little clearer now, I think. It like grows more, it feels like. So it's a little easier to spot. But he doesn't have the initiation potential of the Tusk. And I would not be surprised if we still just see the Tusk picked up here.
And this is interesting. The Jakiro to like both hit the Tombstone and then also just be a strong laner.
I think they picked this earlier versus Spirit. I think it was them who had it.
Okay.
Didn't like it.
Yeah.
He got nerfed a lot. I mean, we all got a little tired of Jakiro.
Yeah.
He was a bit much for like a year.
It's true.
He had to get knocked down a few pegs. And I think he's still climbing the rungs back up.
The other thing that we've got here now is 2 super hard saves on Yandex. You've got the Centaur Aghanims, which obviously it's been like going away from a little bit recently. I feel like we're seeing a lot of these other like Hearts and Lotuses come up earlier, but then also like you talked about the Tombstone. So multiple ways to keep people alive.
The Jakiro makes the other pick so interesting here, though.
Oh no. Ooh.
Yeah, they see how it just says picked. Just says picked.
All right,
Big
for anybody
fat
that
Ls.
just tuned in right now, Mirana has lost every game so far in this series.
That sounds like a lot, but it is just 2 games.
Well, she also lost
Every
some
game.
earlier. They're both correct.
She's never won. Unfortunately, she is still sporting. She might be down to 50-50 with that last loss. She was pretty close. She was like 52% earlier.
Okay.
Depending on how she's doing elsewhere. I don't know if there's any other streams going. I'm going to guess no.
I don't think so.
But maybe. Maybe a C or a D still going. Shoutouts if you're out there. We get another Necrophos game. So he's getting picked into quite a bit of magic damage. That is the first thing that comes to mind. It's like, whoa, hold on here. Kind of spooky. But he's still a very strong hero, and he's paired up with this Undying for just like push and sustain and Tombstone playing around. They're a dirty bog combination here. You're just stuck in the muck.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, at least from Mirana, you've got some leaps that are ready, but they're going to take the Shadow Demon to pair with this now, too. So drop the ultimate onto him.
That's interesting.
We saw this also in Game 3 of our last series, which was the combination of Shadow Demon and Necrophos together. You double ult a target.
Yeah, it felt more like it was there to prevent the Shadow Demon being picked against them, though, last time. You know what I mean? It felt a little forced. This feels just like they just want it. It does pair nicely with the Centaur, I guess, right? It's also kind of the same logic as the Darkseer versus the Shadow Fiend as well. That the illusions are really nice.
Yes.
That's pretty powerful. Yeah, really interesting. But yeah, all the reasons that Shadow Fiend is good versus Necrophos, like having the Cleanse on top of him can be good. The Disseminate is pretty good on top of Necrophos too. But with all that magic damage and the weakness that he's going to have to it, they get themselves the Earth Spirit. But game 1, Makoto got this hero, and he had a bad time mid versus that Chiro Junior Monkey King. Surely that's getting banned, but we'll see if he has another solution up his sleeve.
Yeah, the ban of the Monkey King feels like a nice get here. Again, that's just sort of the context of what happened in game number 1. Makoto got bodied a little bit and was never able to recover throughout the whole rest of the game. But we've seen how strong this Earth Spirit can be in terms of the damage amplification that you get up. You get an early Kaya, and then particularly once he gets into Bloodstone, it's just like nuts.
It's so interesting how much Makoto and Mira and Nightfall are all talking right now.
Yeah.
While they're making WS his hero.
Yeah.
You know, like, is he just throwing them out there and they're just like, bro, you know, that ain't it. You have to check it, little vibe check with the hero.
I have been super interested in Aurora's Gaming's communications. It's such a interesting team.
And the other interesting thing about Yandex is they've gone this far in all of these tournaments without a coach during the draft. As far as I'm aware, I don't think they have any coaching during any of their drafts. They're always set up like this, which is quite rare for tier 1 teams.
Yeah.
Very unusual these days.
And if it
But
broke, don't
it was
fix
kind of a crew that got thrown together, and they've just stayed that way. You know what I mean? Like, they got their sponsorship, and they're just happy with what they have. They don't want to mess with success. Maybe they could use like a hype man though, like someone who's just
You trying to get in there?
Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, or someone with just like the papers in behind,
see. Yeah.
distracting,
I like
accidentally dropping papers with picks they're
Yes.
never going to use, stuff like that.
I like this.
You know, these are the kind of tactics that I or another unnamed individual could bring to your
There you
team.
go. Play a little defense in the draft.
That's what we're missing.
Exactly.
Just start waving across the booths up on the TI stage. That's really what is necessary. All right, Night Stalker Band out here, and as predicted, they do not want to see the Chiro Junior Monkey King, but they could Primal Beast though. Give me the Primal. They don't have anything that good versus it yet.
Dude, is it time?
It's time for the WS Mars. Is he finally gonna bust it out? It's versus Centaur. It's versus Necrophos though. I just want to see WS play Mars. Is that so much to ask?
I feel like it's not a great game for it.
What about his Brewmaster?
That hero's mega dead.
Yeah, but he's got a Dispel.
It's true. That would be nice.
That part's cool. But even that doesn't feel worth it, does it?
Yeah, I'm not sure what else we could run with here.
He hasn't collected the gauntlet of spirits yet. He needs a Storm Spirit game, but it got banned earlier.
I think a good laner, somebody that can provide some extra team fight oomph so it's not on the Earth Spirit. Maybe a Tide? Yeah, it's kind of rough.
Tied into Tombstone and Necrophos and Centaur can feel kind of like you have to connect everything perfectly.
Yeah.
I think Axe. Axe is good. Like smaller pickoffs, Jumping in. Like it. Okay, so not control, but the idea of just continuing the aggression that you get. Also, the ability to delay the game.
Yeah.
That is definitely something that you get out of the Lycan that you don't really get out of the Axe.
I mean, it's kind of nice just to run those wolves at the SD in the midst of a fight. Or
Yeah.
like if you can force the Undying to tombstone himself.
Yeah, even just tracking these two supports can be very strong.
Yes. So should have the vision advantage in this game most likely.
I mean, a slippery hero could still be pretty nice, though, right? Because the lockdown's rather weak for
Yes.
Aurora. Like, if you want... Like, some players would force a Storm Spirit here, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be the Kez. Ooh, is this the coveted Kez mid here from Chira Jr.? No, it's the Chira Jr. Necrophos. That is an option, right? You can just run it mid versus the Earth Spirit.
Okay.
It means that their timing and tempo is a little strange, though. Right?
Yeah.
Like, their supports don't offer a lot of damage at level 6 or anything. There's no snap. There's no hoodwink. They're just kind of there. They're very much good enabling supports. They're ready to enable heroes who want to play in the early game. What does Chira Jr. want to do in this Necrophos? What kind of a build can he find to be aggressive? Or does he just, like, go Radiance out of mid? If he goes Radiance out of mid, what's happening with your Kez and your... This looks so passive from Yandex.
Yes.
Potentially. They could itemize to be a bit more aggressive, and there definitely are ways to do that on Necrophos, but we haven't been seeing that much here.
How good are the lanes? Because that's the other question is, like, if they come out ahead in each of the lanes, then maybe it's not as big of an issue if they're a little bit more passive.
Yeah. No, I think... I'd say it looks fine.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly behind. Maybe slightly behind.
Okay.
Ever so slightly. But, like, we got Moran on the other side, right? Who else we
Okay.
got? There's another screen over here I can look at. I'm going even lanes across the board.
All right. I
My
like
expert
it.
opinion after looking. Honestly, I can't even tell who half the heroes are with the cosmetics
It's
right now,
true.
too, because they're from so far away right now. And also, Jakiro's wings are like this, covering the entire draft screen. So it's kind of hard to tell what's happening.
I mean, I think it feels to me like it's set up for one of those, like, game threes. We're not going to be fighting too much. We're going to sort of sit back a little bit. And this one could be going a little bit late. There's
Get
definitely
cozy.
a chance.
That's
We'll
what's
see.
happening. Yes, I'm sorry. I made a comment. I was like, well, we finished at 11:17 last night by the time I got back to the hotel. And I said, it'll be faster tonight. And the second I said it, I was like, why, dude? Why would you say that? But you know what? Secretly, that's what I want.
It is.
I want a long game because it's been very fun. We have been blessed with amazing games here today.
Honestly.
I'm not going to lie. Our last game was, still a great game to watch, but it was definitely the most one-sided of the games we've had. It was actually kind of surprising to see a team actually keep the lead for once.
Right. It's been like, I think I saw Knoxville post that there was like 4 different comebacks today that were over 10,000 net worth. So if you're just
Good
waking
sign.
up wherever you are in the world and wanting to see some good high quality Dota, go check it out. There was a ton of action all throughout today. And we're getting ready to go into our final game of the evening. Team Yandex facing off against Aurora. Both of these teams sitting at 1 win apiece, 1 loss apiece. And it's very much a situation where if you're dropping down to 2 losses, there's some scary teams you might run into. Falcons, LGD. You don't want to drop down there.
Ready?
What's that?
F9. I tried to call it. There's been a pause at the start of every game.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, though? That would have been pretty
That'd
good.
been pretty good.
No, we are ready to go this time. No pauses. They've sorted their configs. It's fine. It just took them a couple of games.
Look at this move that they're doing. Where are Yandex going?
Up and around. So typically they loop down in behind this bounty rune on the dire side, and they come at the strangest angle, and you find the one person that lurks behind for that rune
They're
in the
gonna get
river.
him. The SF.
He wasn't ready.
Oh, God.
I think having Shadow Demon and not hitting that combo with the Centaur is actually kind of a draft L.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're forcing an opposition 4, and you don't make that play feels kind of bad.
Can Kaori stick around and get the rune? He's thinking about it, but will not go for it.
No, they're getting the other 2. It's fine. All right, no opportunities for a wolf play either here from WS. Doesn't like deny it. We saw some denied runes earlier, I think, from Ace. He denied 2 bounty runes at the start with his Lycan Wolves.
This is the other play that people have been doing. The movement in and getting the range creep. Mira will take that one.
Why did they do that, Lyrical? For our new viewers?
to make sure that you are able to secure it. It's more experience out of the range creep, Trent.
Oh, wow. Well, Watson's done the same thing.
Yes.
So we just got a 3v3 in the creeps in that bottom lane. Meanwhile, Jakiro, despite all the nerfs he's received because of his terroring of the pro scene in the past year, still pretty good, especially in the earlier parts there with this liquid fire. I like the last fix where it was like, oh, there it is. I was just a little early. When Jakiro, there was a patch note that said, stop Jakiro from casting liquid fire with no mana if it was on auto cast.
Oh.
Apparently it would just work. But that first blood helping out Watson a lot here. And again, you know, he's still level 2. They want to try and make a play, but you can't kill the king, says Mira. And he'll get his level 3 shortly.
It was nice. A dangerous time right now to be a Mirana, but as you said, getting into that. And now has access to loot if he wants it. DM being brought down somewhat low, but will be able to escape before Nightfall can finish that one off. Nightfall definitely going to be the strongest hero in this lane. Just needs to be able to find the range to hit some of these raises here onto DM.
Yeah, Makoto being bullied over here by Chiro Jr. Still gets over to his water rune. Can back it up. Has some raindrops now as well to help out with all this spam from Chiro Jr. And again, Mira does have to take the lead to get away there from Watson. Another wolf going to fall there as he jumps through with the Echo Slash. So, oh, a Tombstone too with the Blood Grenade.
They're going all the way in. Arrow, they're going to sidestep back away from it. Watson taking some more damage. WS there. Mira low, jump forward with the leap. Maladich going to end up falling, but still finds the double kill. Absolutely clutch.
Yep, dies to the tower as well before they get back. No XP to be given to his opponents. Watson, though, I mean, he needs some regen, so I'm sure it'll get brought out on the Undying dying. You have to die there. It's the Undying. Yes. It's so good for the team to just die.
Yeah.
Like, you need to bring some regen back to your Kez so you can stay in this lane.
Kodo brought very low by Chira Jr. He's level 5 now on this Necrophos, getting close to that level 6. And Makoto,
He could have got it.
dang.
I mean, I guess he didn't die either way. Like level 2 disruption, maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
So at the very least, he survives.
Yeah,
But yeah.
this secures that Chira Jr. is going to get level 6 before him. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now he can't come back either. I mean, I guess if he has some assistance, maybe he can.
Soxa, DM, maybe going to try and go on to Nightfall. Lets the illusions do some work.
All right, nice. I mean, meanwhile, Mira did make a nice play, rotated mid and just chucked a max range arrow to kill the catapult while Makoto was respawning. So that stops Chira Jr. from being able to just like nuke out this wave and get any free tower pressure. Malady comes bottom to potentially cover the rune, but of course it's a shield rune for Chira Jr.
Going to be getting very strong in there. WS, as we've seen, is now needing to retreat back to the jungle to try and get the farm. So this is not as bad as we saw from last game out of Yandex, as they were really struggling. Definitely having a much better time right here. And as we're getting close to the 7-minute mark, he does have Tombstone, gonna throw it down.
Yeah, he's trying to hold this. I mean, Tombstone obviously lasts a while, but WS just gonna commit for it with the Jakiro coming through. That thing is dead, and so is Undying.
A little bit of a bold play. Thought maybe there'd be more help, but is definitely not the case.
No. Give him the kill. The Ceaseless Dirge will respawn now, but he's gonna lose out on that chance to steal a Wisdom. They give it to Kaori. I am concerned about the ease of execution for Aurora. As we have this nice little combo with the illusions.
Gets him. Nightfall now in trouble, trying to stick to survive. And popping the Lotus. Not going to happen. Mira will be able to find a follow-up kill there. DM taking some more tower shots from the Mirana.
So early game, they both have similar potential. You have just a walk-up disruption, and you have a roll in from the Earth Spirit. You know, these can both be utilized to start a play. But heading into the mid-game, how do you actually start a good fight as Aurora?
Yeah,
It is just roll.
pretty much.
And again, they have no Mirana arrow setup. I do not understand this decision. Like, how are you going to hit an arrow?
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
No, I mean, I think that it is the problem.
it's hard.
I mean, maybe they're just not going to hit arrows.
I agree with that.
There's a chance.
I thought they wanted to, though. Easy Ice Path arrow.
There it is. That's the way you do it.
That's how you do it.
Is he? That's another Tombstone. No, they don't have vision, though. It's up on the hill.
I mean, you can't deny early game. Early game, sure.
Magnetize.
Your arrows.
Makoto finds that kill. Now they do have Reapers, but not enough mana to cast it.
All right, a couple support pickoffs. Not too bad. Mage Slayer for Watson being worked on here once again. How good of a Mage Slayer game is it? Pretty good.
I mean, the one flip side to this is that I do think it's going to not be easy to hit arrows, but ice paths are going to be more reliable because, like, these heroes are sort of a little bit more static.
I mean, these are some crazy ice paths. Kaori's kind of crushing on this hero right now.
He's having a really good time. That's nice.
that was well done.
Like, yeah, Kez moves around a lot, Centaur moves around a lot, but they're also melee, which means when they commit, the ice path is more likely to be able to hit.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
not kiting.
It's a very good counter-initiating game for Jakiro for sure.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And you know, if you can just kill the buildings, you don't need to start fights.
That's true, too.
So maybe they continue this kill streak that they're getting going here. Pressure down with the Lycan, take over the space.
Dire are scanning.
Right now I see a deep diving Mirana there. We're going to TP out after taking the bounty rune.
Radiant are scanning.
The Radiant scan briefly hit there onto Nightfall and Kaori, and I think it's going to hit them again. So they know that they're down here. So the question is, are Yandex going to show up with numbers, or are they going to let this tower
Radiant's
go?
bottom tower
I mean, they have level 2 tombstones, so he's definitely ready to rock here. But that's a lot. The Skellies, the Wolves. You're not getting in on this one. The Skellies are so insane.
They really do just do a ton of damage, amping it up. So the tower will fall No response from Yandex.
It's such a good goal to achieve as Aurora. It's just like last game, right?
Yeah.
They knocked in that tower. It slowed down the game so much there for Watson on his Lina, this time on the Kez. Better hero and better start for the Kez, to be clear. He's actually quite farmed at this point. So it's not quite as bad, but it's still going to impact his overall net worth. And much like the Centaur last game, Lycan now going to control this space. That being said, DM hoping to do the same thing up top. Maybe we'll see some similar rotations with pressure to try and take that tower. For now, they're not finding it. They do consistently keep arrowing this mid catapult, though.
Yeah. Want to make sure that they don't lose anything there.
Level 6 on Kaori as he moves in.
Again, this has very much been the flavor of these games that we've seen. Like game 3s, it tends to sort of be a little bit more static in this first little bit, and then after a little while, Team
Mira gets found here.
Advantage of it.
Leaps away twice. Roll in from Makoto. He's confident.
Soxa getting hit. Stampede is there. They eventually get the kill onto the Shadow Demon. But are they going to be able to find any more? The Tombstone is going to drop. WS takes that one down. And when all is said and done, it's just a Shadow Demon. A lot of ultis expended, though.
Yeah, but if Lycan rotates in mid with his look at the skellies.
Yeah.
This is the best creep for a Lycan. It is just so absurd. Because they all get the Feral Impulse. So they get a 20% bonus damage too, plus the Rally bonus. So you can actually take tier 2s with this. I think it's like the only way to play Lycan. You just take this Troll Summoner.
Radiant's top tower is
But
under
they do
attack.
swiftly move in. Necropho's a pretty good hero against it, to be fair. Obviously, late game, Lycan players do like to get Nullifier, so it could be an option for him. And for now, like the Radiance, you know, a buff to Lycan, really, with the nerf to Radiance.
Yeah.
Be a much stronger item versus the hero, since the burn would make a mischance happen on all your units. Now it's just when you're attacking the Radiance carrier themselves. So if you ignore the Radiance, you're still just playing your hero.
Aurora moves back in there, trying to take down the skeleton. Yeah, it's an important point, and you know, Chira is going to be working toward that. That also talks a little bit more about like what we said their game plan was going to be, which is just kind of AFK farming for a while.
Yeah. Where'd I go? Makoto walks into Malady, who is a phase boots Undying, by the way. Very good versus the Lycan and the Shadow Fiend, getting that bonus armor, so you can try and cast more of your spells as an Undying. You need that additional armor to survive longer these fights, as he again runs into Mira, scouts out his jungle. Mira tips.
What is happening, man?
Well, they're having fun at the very least.
Dire are scanning.
It's just a big zombie man getting chased down by these wolves.
They'd have to lose his ulti, though, so has to retreat back a bit. Watson's still up there on the farm, but he is 1,000 gold-ish behind Nightfall right now, who has had total freedom up here.
Makoto, a swing and a whiff, but the ice path, that is going to land. Good disruption.
Holding the Centaur ult.
WS sets his sights on this Tombstone as they do manage to take down that tier 1 tower. Now, Zombie runs away pretty quick in the river as they're going to try and slow him down a bit. Do manage to connect with that one, and in spite of the decays, they'll eventually find the kill.
Just a blob running at their opponents right now. SF does leave the top lane for a little bit, so some pressure comes in from DM. But Kaori's here to pick it up. Kaya, the next item to be finished here from Nightfall. Need to tear it up a little bit here. And DM just going for the helm into the Lotus. Obviously, needing a Dispel versus Earth Spirit for the whole game.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. A smoke up now from the Earth Spirit and the Mirana. And it's Spirit Vessel completed. So this feels to them like a moment they want to go. And if they head this way continuously...
This would be a crazy pick off of this timing. He has his Radiance, but obviously the Spirit Vessel and the middle of his Ancient stack.
Hunting, rolls forward, misses on the roll, but the silence is there. And the Spirit Vessel doing good work, trying to get out. The roll did not hit, and that is enough to get him away alive.
What else missed, Lyrical?
The
arrow.
Did you
see the arrow sail through
You are
there?
not wrong. A point-and-click stun would be very nice right now.
It would be helpful. There would be a dead, very, very important board hero.
Honestly, if Kaori was with them.
But you know what? They're still going to get this top tower. It's still pretty successful.
Yeah.
And the Mirana has had other aspects that have been useful this game, as much as I'm throwing out some shade. She's been pretty solid at helping to lock down the kill on the Tombstone. She's obviously been poking and prodding a lot across the map, just 2 deaths while also just being constantly in the opponent's face. Very much like an Ench style you can play on this Mirana, so
Dire's bottom tower is
Mira with the Essence Distiller moving in towards the Yules to try and set up some of his own arrows. And having a Dispel versus Cheer Jr. too, when it's necessary.
Very difficult game to execute, but Aurora are building up a little bit of a lead here. Or trying to, at the very least.
WS has the dragon down bottom, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the Helm of the Overlord. What a creep.
It's very strong.
He's just going after him with the wolves. You better run.
Melody just stole all those creeps away. And now pops another tombstone. Kez is like, I'm not helping you. You stole my creep, sir.
Lord. Yeah, you can't run from the dragon, can you? He just goes down quick. Makoto helps out with the assist. That gives him 2 charges on the Spear Vessel and an amplified damage rune.
This Lycan is really putting together some good results.
Yeah, they're using the vision really nicely from both the creep and the wolves to find these kills because like they don't have the lockdown, right?
Yeah.
They have to catch you out of position and being greedy, and he's succeeding in that. Man, the dragon just throwing the fireball and running away is like it is such a good way to gain gold in this hero.
This item, it's so strong.
And he is close to the shard.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So
Yeah.
more wolves.
Trying to take down this tier 1 tower in the top lane. They have been unsuccessful so far, managing to kill off the towers.
Why is he so poor on this centaur? I feel like he's just been sitting up here the whole game farming.
I mean, they've killed his creeps a bunch. He wasn't able to get the tower as early, didn't have as much access to those like other camps that the tower gives you.
Well, speaking of early, a 17-minute Roche here for Aurora, taking advantage of the minus armor aura on the Shadow Field. Plus the fact they have a Lycan. Not a concern here. And Kaori finishing the Yules. Really good timing on the Yules for Jakiro.
Yeah.
2 points in the ice path, running into these fights. If you upchuck someone, like there's no BKBs, they're probably just dead. We're gonna need a disruption save.
Dire's top
Some heals being thrown out. It is looking very solid. I mean, I doubted the potential because of the execution being very difficult, but they're finding a lot of really good moments here for Aurora.
It does have that feeling like Yandex at this point are just trying to like sort of farm up and get to their items. As DM is going to be chased here. Had some wolves on him and ends up popping the dust and then running. Meanwhile, in the other jungle, look out. The roll-in is there. Saksa disrupts himself. WS's creep is here too. It's going to be enough to jump on in and find that kill, but then follow-up Reaper's Sight kills off the Mirana.
All right, 2 for 1 so far, though.
DM showing up, trying to help out Shira Jr. in case they go for it.
All right, big brain play, though. You know, you don't draft stuns for the arrow setup. Simply hit the disruption saves.
There you go.
Should have considered that. Watson done with the Deso, moving in towards the BKB will help a lot in these engagements.
Oh man, I feel like I haven't seen almost any of these ones. The Undying going straight into the Pavis and eventually going to be trying to get towards the Solar Crest.
Yeah, it's much like the phase boots, you know. He's just
Yeah.
he is tunnel visioned on the type of damage that is coming out from Aurora.
Roll in, finds Shira Jr. again. Silence, stun, disruption though. Right there for the save. Does also have an Essence Ring. So Makoto now down to half HP. Do they have enough to kill him? Yes, indeed they do.
That is costly. The wolves are coming in. Is there anything else? No, I think that's it.
It's important. As they get those stomp, kill off the rest of the wolves. This is showing the value of this Shadow Demon.
Yeah, I mean, he had a haste rune too. Like, he was kind of trying to play a bit aggressive there to maybe bait something out and retreat, and just gets got there.
Shira Jr. did just walk underneath the ward as well. As Maldi is getting chased down by WS. They're bringing in the Necrophos, hoping to get a little bit of heals from his buddy as they turn and try and take down the big creep, and they do eventually get it.
Help! All right, good save. All right, mid lane. I mean, there is an Aegis here on the Shadow Flame. They made a move without him up top there, and he just hits level 15. So he is a very big guy, XP and gold-wise. Takes the +2 armor reduction, so the physical damage shredding for the side of Aurora right now is they're going to catch.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Happens to the best of
It's
us.
not like I don't think he would have died.
No.
So
Maybe could have like baited out some type of a stampede or something like that, but
all right, map control firmly in the favor of Aurora right now. And now a blink dagger though. For Sox already playing very well.
Cheer
Gonna have to get
Junior.
here soon though.
Oh my goodness, Stampede trying to get out, and it was a wise decision. A runway needed to, but the disruption is going to be there. Nightfall now in very far. The turn, the Reaper sight. Oh, they get him.
All right,
Okay.
Gotta get back though, because that's respawn.
Got to reset on this one. Watson moves in, finds Makoto. Good damage. The Yule Scepter to interrupt, but it's not enough. Chira Jr. will die, but Watson also fed to the wolves.
All right, that was pretty good. Makoto's body in there did set up for the further kills.
Radiant's bottom
A bit necessary there. Yeah, nice Yules as well from Kaori. Yules into Ice Path, locking down that Kez. And yeah, a lot of assistance here. Big goal gains here for the Lycan and the SF.
WS, he was talking a lot during the draft about that last pick, and whatever he called for, like, he is owning on this Lycan.
Yeah, he's doing a whole lot for them right now. Stampede getting him so far. Arrow sails by. Another great disruption save from Soxa, but it doesn't matter. Nightfall, like, he can't do a whole lot. They have to burn the Scythe on the Aegis. That felt pretty bad. And DM, he was so close to blink. Like, he just got it now, I believe, after that fight. But the Yule setup from KRA was perfect.
I mean, you can also see, though, how eventually later game, the itemization could start to turn the way of Yandex a little bit more, like BKBs. Maybe thinking about something along the lines of one of those Croziers for the Necrophos.
Yep.
There's a lot of ways that things could start to turn if Aurora don't sort of keep up that momentum.
Yeah, I think the BKB for Watson is definitely the big one for me, where he can actually like play the game. But that's also going to be matching against like the levels that stack up on Makoto. He also has his own BKB right now. We also have a second Yules now on Mira, so he can be a lot more frustrating to play up against since he doesn't have a dedicated setup. He can now provide his own. He can also just keep kiting Chira. Like, he is relying completely on Stampede to stay alive right now.
Yeah.
And if he just gets chain Yules, he will still just die if he dares to go that far out again by himself. So we're likely going to see a lot of shadowing here from Soxa.
8-15, a 3,000 gold lead for Aurora. Essence Distiller completed. And now TP's away, understanding there is some stuff coming his way as well. So 4,000 gold lead for Aurora. Roll in, find Soxa. And the Ice Path is there for the follow-up. Makoto just comes in and eliminates with the Amplified Damage rune.
All right, that went a lot better than the last one up top.
Yeah.
Slightly better time here. WS finishes up the AC, so definitely a big threat here in terms of objectives and also just like finishing up a potential high ground push if they get their opportunity. BKB for Nightfall, gotta wait for that. Next Roche is looking like a pretty pivotal moment here for Aurora. WS gonna take down the Tormentor with ease, passes that shard over to Mira.
Very
so an extra
nice.
leap and some quivering.
I mean, Aurora is building up a lead now.
Yeah, it's a while till the hearts can be done for the Centaur as well. That is BKB for Watson though, so he needs to find that dream sequence here
Yeah.
on the Kez. But there is the Essence Distillers. We've already seen that being quite impactful versus the Kez. There's also the Spirit Vessel, I suppose, from Makoto, depending on the BKB timing.
Arrow flies in right as the smoke was going out. I mean, it feels like a lot to commit just to kill Mira with this smoke.
Yeah, I mean, they want something bigger with the Blink Stomp for sure.
And they're going to wait.
Nope.
Never mind.
All right, it's fine. I mean, he's value, you know, 7,400 net worth. You'll take it.
And I think, again, you're pretty happy with that as Mira, too, for, you know, not having your SF die.
Yeah, there's a reason he's playing there.
Yeah.
Chira Jr. taking this opportunity, though, with all the pressure his teammates are putting across the map. He's obviously ready to join in with the Boots of Travel because the Helm Creep is there following the Centaur Warrunner, and he is just farming through these Ancients, and he's a giant wave coming up top, which I think he's getting for free. Makoto doesn't have any friends to go for a gang. So that's a very happy Ghost.
Yeah, Chira Jr., it's beginning to come together a little bit there. Now, Watson wanted to find the kill onto the WS Creep, did not manage to get it. still very comfortable just farming and waiting for that Roche fight. This is the way these games tend to go, is that like when it's close to like not elimination but like pivotal things and every single match mattering, the teams are going to play a lot more reserved.
Yeah, it's game 3. It's late. You know the mistakes happen a little more at the end of the night. You're tired. They're humans, believe it or not. Of course, you could also say that this is where they really get into their peak, because this is when they're all playing anyway. You know, middle of the night. They're all used to these hours, so perhaps they're actually just powering up, not weakening at the moment.
If they catch Watson right here,
it's the Wolves, right? Like this is what Lycan is really doing in a lot of these games, coming through, spotting some of these heroes.
Instead, they might see DM. It feels like Yandex have a good understanding of the danger that could be coming their way. Or do they? Shira Jr., they've got Saksa right behind him.
What an ice path. That is crazy.
They're waiting, though, and there it is. Disruption immediately. Now DM stomp, but feared. Nightfall gets it off. Eul Scepter lift up after the fact. DM is hurt. DM is dead. Can they find anything after? Watson hunting. Still saving that BKB.
It's crazy their initiation is ice path and it's working.
Yeah.
That's unreal. Like, he's gone Aether Lens Jakiro to set up for them. And he essentially forces the coverage to come in from DM.
Even with the ward, it's like pretty nuts.
Yep. Yeah, very well done here. Carey believing in his two-headed Jakiro. And I'd just like to point out, if I may, the Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
The Firebird.
The hero we haven't
Wyvern.
seen today.
No. Kaori's best hero. The Wyvern, the Iceberg. What's he playing now, Lyrical?
The Jakiro.
What is that?
It is a
the
dragon.
Fire and Ice Bird.
Oh my
Kaori
goodness.
has one thing he does.
It's the synthesis.
He brings them together. He is all powerful. He has found his heroes.
How Hegelian. All right, 6,000 gold lead.
Well, the Nullifier is indeed coming out for the Lycan as well.
Oh.
A very common item on the hero,
Nightfall.
but really good.
Do you see Nightfall, by the way?
I do. He's right there. Why?
This is a Yashikaya and into a blink.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Necrophos. He's ready to let it rip.
I haven't seen
He's got
this in
a
while.
Lycan, you know?
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, he
Lycan's
Lycan's
the real
shredding,
carry.
so it's fine. Although it won't be as fun when he gets an Agnes, because obviously we're going 70 minutes.
That's true. Well, Lycan in the meantime is going to be picking up that completed Nullifier, and Shira Jr. will be that much more in a sad way.
Yeah, that is a tough one, especially because he's trying to go for the heart first over the Shivas.
Right.
I feel like Shivas might be the play, because he doesn't have a Shivas buyer in his team. And the item is incredible. It's also extremely good versus SF, obviously. SF and Lycan, obviously.
Well, he also does have the backup, obviously, of the Shadow Demon. He is underneath a ward right now.
The same ward, in fact.
Get there in time. Saksa nearby, ready for a save. And Disruption is there. Nicely played. Backs away, trying to survive through this one. They throw out the Requiem, a dead Necrophos. Malady also in some more trouble, goes inside of his tombstone, and he tried to do a little sneaky play there. Gets the bounty run before he gets brought down.
On the other side, Makoto was pressuring near the base. He gets out, had an arcane rune, didn't even have to use his BKB as they pick off this core Necrophos. Despite an incredible disruption save, they don't have the firepower to jump into the engagement.
Right.
And actually do anything after. And look at the spread of the damage here, too. This Mirana, she's got the damage. She did the most to him.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, with that arrow and Starstorm damage.
That's kind of crazy.
Big stomp here from DM. He wants to fight even without the Necrophos. It's risky.
Watson making his move in. The Raven's Veil goes for it, finds Mira, but again, so much spent on this Mirana. But now can he take down Nightfall? Gets up to the high ground. Oh my goodness. Aurora.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, Watson needs to get the heck out of here. They got him caught. Kicks back down to the low ground. Trying to get his ulti off. Will not happen.
They are playing insanely well in Aurora. I really do think this draft is so hard to play. And they are finding the fights. They're hitting these crazy stuns. They're positioning in some of these engagements. And the punishes they find on the positioning from Yandex, like, This is a team who's been doing extremely well at the top level of Dota, while Aurora is a team who's kind of been slowly drifting downward over time. Like, they were a team who was absolutely dominating, had a win streak in the middle of this year of like 20 games or something, or 22 games in series straight or something.
I put them getting eliminated in the bottom 8.
They're hoping to prove you wrong right now.
Absolutely.
Keep climbing upwards in our group stage.
Nightfall has the Aegis in hand and going for the Satanic now. So decides to swap off the Blink and go back towards some more right-click build.
I mean, they're hitting their marks in terms of the controls, so maybe feeling like they don't need it as much as he thought.
Yeah.
The Kez is not firing up here. We've struggled to get the Kez's involved here today. We had one that was getting locked down consistently earlier today, and somewhat of a similar problem here for Watson, but more so that even when he gets in, it just doesn't look that threatening. All right, what are your recovery maneuvers here from Yandex? I mean, you have Disseminate, which is always a good spell for Shao Demon. Obviously, in his insane saves, which Soxa has been incredibly consistent on.
I mean, they're going to need something quick. I'm not sure what it is. They got a Shiva's done, and now they find the Undying going up to the high grounds. Yeah, this is so tough. I don't think they're going to stop.
No, I mean, the AC is online for the Lycan, so this is just easy push.
Get some SD illusions, and now Nightfall getting hit. The jump forward, the stomp, it connects onto several, but is it going to be enough? No. Nightfall healing back up again. They needed the Reaper Sight to combo together for it, but it's into the Aegis.
Yeah, they don't want to do it on the Aegis.
It's just a really hard attempt.
This is post-Satanic.
Whoa.
He has to go in.
He does have his BKB, doesn't pop it, no! Kez goes down, 70 seconds gone without buyback. Oh, a devastating flub as they find him, they kill him, and now nullified. Chira Jr., nowhere left to go. What we thought was going to be going late might just be ending early as Aurora are taking down an entire set of racks, and I don't think they're going to stop there.
So some very good items for pushing the tempo right now. Also, Carey grabbing an Aghanims after everything he just gained right now, being delivered to this Jakiro. Mira rather, grabbing that mid-wave right now. Soxa still has his buyback in 15 seconds to go. And obviously, there's not much he can do.
Jeez.
The very least is they do have a tier 2 mids. They can't get the megas. Well, actually, you know what? They might just have time. They've got the damage, but
I think they got this. If they're gonna hold, if Yandex are gonna be able to make a comeback happen, it's gonna be against mega creeps. As Nightfall is stepping forward. Well, they actually have one more glyph. Okay,
I mean, are they even worried? I mean, I guess they know how the guess has BKB.
That's a good point. Stun now to start. Looking for the Yule Scepter lift up. Arrow follow-up is there. Tombstone save. It's something, but is it going to be enough? They're going to take down the creep, and they hold their last set of racks. So, well, stomp now onto 2. Not bad. Where's the follow-up? They don't have it. There's nothing there. The Satanic comes out. Suddenly, Nightfall is back up to full HP. They get the great hit. Look at these Jakiro spells. Watson will pop the ulti, try and do what he can, but there's just not enough left in the tank.
Yeah, there's no scythe target that's viable.
Chira Jr. going down. That's another dead. No buyback at all for him. They're going to take down Soxa in just a moment. GG is called. Aurora. They will not be denied.
I'm so impressed. They didn't hit an arrow for the first 20 minutes of this game, and they didn't even need to.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. Murano wins game 3. She is all powerful. Centaur loses a game in this series.
I know, it's
after
crazy.
dominating so much of it. Very, very impressed here from the side of Aurora. I really think, again, hard lineup to go with. I mean, Mira's, he is given a talking to right now. Hopefully it's a very happy one, because that was solid. WS, go ahead, relax. Take a lean back on the chair. You earned it.
Oh, man.
I think his Lycan was the highlight for me.
So many close moments right there, and you can see again this disruption. Like, we've talked about SD being such a great hero for saves, but in this game, if there's not a way to turn after the save happens, they just stand there and kill you.
And they had the layers. They had the Marana arrow on top a couple times. They had the ice path every time, and all of the Yules as well. So the save is just not going to be a successful one here. This was brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, What can you do? Watson just knew. He's like, oh, I have died, team. And WS ran this game in the bottom.
Yes.
Like, the wolves were everywhere. The tower push from the Dark Troll Summoner was extremely powerful with the rally creeps plus the Feral Impulse. And sweeping in towards that mid lane as well, consistently getting the pressure. And also, Mira, you know, utilizing those arrows to get rid of the catapults in the mid lane, kept reducing any sort of a push that could come out from Yandex. And they still have their tier 1 mid and bottom as this game is ending. They lost 1 tower.
That's crazy, man. They had such a good one. Unused BKBs, feeling bad. And in the end, they just did not have what they needed to pull this together. And Aurora, a very clear understanding. Like, I think sometimes people see a lot of talking during the draft and see it as like a negative. There's like disunity amongst the team. But also, if you can like share ideas and then come to like a final solution, look at this situation. WS knew what he needed out of his hero, just had to get his team to believe in him, and they did.
And the way they prioritize heroes during these fights, too, like, they really recognized that this Necrophos had no game if they cast their spells well.
Yeah.
I mean, Chira just looked like he was on the back foot the entire game. He never looked safe. He'd be walking with, like, you know, a couple of units outside of his tier 2, and I'm just wondering if he's about to die from a single roll-in.
And look at this. Marana, when all is said and done, finally wins a game.
I mean, his name is Mira. It kind of makes sense.
That's true.
You know, he just needed a second game to figure it out. And we didn't even mention that Bakary was crazy on this Jakiro.
Yes.
Like 4-0 and 17. Somehow he hit every ice path that they needed this game. You can really see a lot of success from everybody. Let's give it to Mira. Sure, this is production flaming me, I feel.
That's right.
And I don't even blame them. Because I did not believe... and I was shown different.
I might have given it to Kaori, but the supports, no matter what, definitely deserved it. I thought the ice paths and the arrows were both on point. Thank you, thank you. Oh, look at that 4-0-17. What a player.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. That is one. Sometimes I'm like, go emulate that in your pubs. Go pick Jakiro. Don't try that. You're not going to hit that many ice paths.
No.
I mean, you know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead and try, because you'll get better, and maybe you will eventually.
That's true.
But it ain't easy.
What's the phrase? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take?
That's correct.
And that's how it works with arrows in Marana. You just spam them out there in the lane.
He sure did.
And you have a good time.
They sailed on by.
When they went in for the kill on
Necrophos. Dude, there's literally, how many heroes in Dota? 118? There's 117 heroes that get that kill there, okay?
Let's take a look real quickly at some of the results that we had in Group A as we're seeing what happened here. And of course, this is the schedule for Stream A tomorrow. Results are coming up in just a moment there.
Aha!
This is what it was.
Okay.
Interesting. So Team Spirit.
We saw that game.
Well. Yes.
That was a great series. And I heard a lot about this Vision over the Boom Boys, taking them down. And then Team Spirit again. Two 2-1 over Liquid. Okay, that's what we were here. So Spirit, they're in a 3-0. I believe Vision as well a 3-0 then.
This was us right here. As you can see, going the full 3 games each and every time. That
Wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's why we're doing the outro panel right now.
Right, they are all back talking about what fun things they want to do.
And you got Team Yandex coming away with the victory there in the end. Aurora, excuse me. And then Vici.
They did
the 2-0.
The 2-1. Sorry,
2-1,
over
excuse me,
over Game Legion at the end of the day there. Enigma Galaxy take a 2-0 over LGD, and Thompson standing in there, of course, and Gamer Legion get the 2-0 win over XG. Big upset there.
Anything else here that really stands out? Ooh, OG, don't look away. XG did manage to get the 2-0 over Huligani.
The D stands for China, apparently. This was their stream today. VG, Team Resilience, and XG taking wins on Stream D. So staying alive here, keeping themselves out of the lowest part of the group stage.
Yeah, I like that. Very, very nice. Yeah, I think OG is definitely on the back foot right now and need to kind of pull something together. But this is what we're going to be seeing tomorrow. We are moving to 4 games per day on these streams. So LGD versus XG to start you off, and then Vision versus Team Spirit. Now, that one in particular is going to be the match that is set up for 4-0, right?
That is the prediction breaker right there. The winner of that is that first team you chose in your client. So you'll see who that's going to be tomorrow. We got OG versus Huligani. Both of them sitting at a 1-2 record. Now you're 2-1 of Iron Wing versus Team Liquid as well. And then we're going to have some TBDs of the 1-3s and the 3-1s.
Yeah, that's an elimination match right there on that third series. So something to watch for sure. Likewise.
Ooh.
Hey.
NA versus NA. Obviously Falcons, the team with the second most NA players, up against Gamer Legion. So North Americans. That is your one to go to.
Listen, everybody out there, Gamer Legion has been on the rise. Falcons has been on the decline.
This is the end.
I don't know. Can you imagine?
And then we have Aurora versus the Boom Boys. A nice little inter-regional matchup happening there. Intra-regional. Yeah, that's the right one. My bad. Resilience versus Yandex. Unexpected. Yandex 1-2.
Yeah.
Up against Resilience. So we'll see if Stream D will continue to go China's way, as the first two matchups will be Resilience versus Yandex and then VG versus Nigma Galaxy. 2-1 record for Nigma Galaxy. The Believers.
That's crazy.
Looking for a 3-1 Nigma. It could happen.
Well, that is pretty awesome right there. I will say that it feels to me like anything could happen as we're getting towards the end here. And you got to keep an eye on all of those streams where all the action's going to be continuing.
Yep.
Trent, I think that tomorrow is going to be where like a lot of the nutso stuff happens, where brackets, predictions, they're going to be broken. Not sure how that one's going to work out. Are there any games that you saw that you're particularly excited about?
I mean, I think the 3-0-3-0 has got to be the first one on the list, right? Because, I mean, I got Vision. I don't know you guys. I know some of you probably got Spirit. So, you know, hearts will be broken. Dreams will be made. That's the big one to watch for sure.
That's right. Everybody out there. It's TI time. We love to be here. It's been so freaking good. All of the games have been nuts. We've been staying up super late watching Dota. Thank you so much for joining us for all of it as well. And we cannot wait to see you again tomorrow with more great action here. Dota 2 TI. It's beautiful, baby. See you tomorrow.